All right, welcome to the Cross Time College Football Show, College Football Playoff Edition. Brandon Reef, Jonathan Birdsong, D Cop from Game Time Network. Fellas, how are we? How's New Year's week?
I've healed. I've healed. I went to the emergency room. They gave me some good stuff. I had a battered bruised ribs, kidneys. I had a twisted leg, half a concussion. But the doctors over at the VA really helped me out over the weekend, and I'm coming back. No, I'm talking about the Alabama beatdown by Indiana.
Oh
So
man,
I
six
feel a little
million
bit
dollar man
better.
over there.
I feel a little bit better today versus 3 days ago for sure.
JB?
Man, I know my videos probably say something differently, but my pick'ems on Crossroad Sports is miserable, man. Because I took Indiana, and as far as like the championship bowl games, I'm like 1-6. So I'm owning it, but this video of me saying otherwise. I had Ole Miss beating Georgia, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth, man. But other than that, man, I'm tapped into the basketball world. Decot mentions the Indiana Alabama game. I know we'll get into that. I'm not about to do the first 5 minutes of the show like Michael Irvin. That's not going to happen.
Yes, you
Why
are.
not?
That
Why
was
not?
the bet.
One, we never shook on the bed, and I was like, man,
Come on, JB. Come on, JB.
This is Reggie Sykes Jr.
You ain't lying. Come on, you gotta.
Oh, hey man, I told you, man. Look, I did it a couple of days ago, man. I ran a test, man. Like, dude, what is he doing, man? This dude like beating in inanimate objects. I went out back with my belt, popped a couple, man. Like, I didn't feel no better, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather drink the orange juice. I'd rather drink the orange juice that I drink. You know what I'm saying? Than anything he kind of taps into, man. But like, no, that was a great victory for his alma mater, the Hurricanes. You know what I'm saying? Kind of are surprising everybody in these college football playoffs. So I don't know what game y'all kind of want to dive into first.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
There was an ass whooping out in Pasadena that the SEC country, I have seen nothing but complaining and bitching since that game down there, down south. I got Paul Feinbaum. He's ready to go hang himself right now. I've got Conrad Thompson, another Southern guy, Marty Smith, everybody down there in SEC land hurting right now. I got message boards of Alabama have lit up about selling that house down there.
Hurting. It's too much time. It's too much. I'm gonna give my, It's so much. There's too much time in between the games. Why can't we? What are we? What are the? Last time I checked, the top 8 seeds, right? And there are no excuses, man. There is some rust. There is some things, but like, no, the top 8 seeds are all football schools, football programs, and that is what the kids kind of go to school there for, and that is kind of their focus. How you can kind of lose again, shocker of the hour, Ohio State. I know he wants to talk about Alabama, and Indiana, but shocker of the hour, how can you kind of lose your focus? You know what I'm saying? If you're Ohio State, the Alabama Indiana game, man, Alabama just kind of got exposed. And it kind of just speaks to the mastery of Kirk Cignati of having a team prepared, regardless of lag, regardless of hit count, regardless of snap count, having this team prepared. And you know what I'm saying? Alabama could not answer anything.
100%. 100%. I got kicked out of 2 Alabama groups this weekend because I was
out.
Well, I think people saw my video the night of the game, right? And I was just telling the truth, man. They couldn't run the ball all year. They were pedestrian on the offensive side all year. And to your point, JB, you said it. They got exposed. The thing is, though, we've seen that all year long. It's not like it wasn't there. It's just you have to be willing to see it and speak to it. And in Indiana, not only did they speak to it, that Kirk Cignati did what he should do and what I said I want him to do. Keep your foot on the gas. You don't give anybody any love. You try to score with 2 seconds left on the clock. People want to knock the layoff. Here's what I think. There were 6 teams, or whatever number, 4 teams that had a 20-some-odd day layoff. Could it be that the teams that lost aren't as good as the teams that beat them. I hear a lot of excuses. Well, they were 27 days. The last 2 years, it's been this and all of that. I looked at the last 2 years, and there's only maybe one game that I could see was a flip that would have, turned the tide. No pun intended. But I think the best teams won last year and this year. I don't know if what you guys think about that, but I looked at it and I didn't see anything that said, "Oh wow, that is such a crazy blowout, something crazy." Didn't we think Oregon was a better team than Texas Tech pretty much all year? I mean, just go down the line. There's a lot of excuses being had. The 27-day layoff is just terrible. For who? For what? In my Ricky Waters.
The layoff now again, the layoff as far as like getting the season on track and over. You know what I'm saying? That is something that they're going to have to address. The TV people, the network people, the conferences and whatnot, man. We are
right. Enough people are talking about it. Enough people are talking about it, and you're right. You're exactly right. They're gonna hit it.
Instead of 27, so instead of 27 days or whatever it was, they need to be maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. Not even maybe. That's what it kind of needs to be. So that
I'm okay with it shrinking. I'm sorry, JB. I want to make the point. I'm okay with it shrinking, but I just don't subscribe to the 27 days, and that's what caused it. The other team across the line of scrimmage, they are paying their players as well. They've got good players as well. That I don't subscribe to the 27-day rust thing. I just don't.
I agree.
Well, the
Indiana didn't subscribe to it. They didn't.
I'll look at it a little bit more, man. I want to shift a little gears, man, and talk about Texas Tech and his coach, man. And I get it. He's consistently asked about Notre Dame, so he has to answer about it. But again, he doubled down on it. And like when you double down on
Notre Dame in there, doesn't
he?
Every week.
It's either that or hey man, but hold on. The homie after the game, you couldn't find no clips. All you could find was his statement where he said, "Man, that ACC officiating, was great today." So he's sarcastically saying, like, they gave you a bipartial. They didn't give you a Big Ten crew. They didn't give you an SEC crew. They didn't give you a Big 12 crew so that everybody can say, "Hey man, we lost the game because we got a Big 10 crew." They didn't give you a MAC crew because everybody doesn't necessarily believe in the MAC. Period. Right? Sorry. Get your weight up, MAC. But like, no, man, he essentially blamed the refs for them loot. So like, hey man, they got a lot of money flowing down there. You know what I'm saying? They got a new oil billionaire, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? This kind of influx the university or whatnot with program money. You know what I'm saying? And the homie Dekai actually on his show earlier said, man, we can give you all the money you want, but like, what you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? The Big 12 commissioner, he should have a conference meeting with everybody, the coaches and everything else with the Big 12, man, especially with what's kind of going on in Baylor on the basketball side. That's a whole other show, right? But the Big 12 commissioner to get everybody in, man, and be like, man, if we wanted to be any type of power, whatever, this bowl season, we did not show improve. We talked a whole lot of trash as they did all season. Yeah, they zip tied some teams. Yeah, they look good. BYU looked great, blah, blah, blah. Michigan still stole the coach and half the players from Utah. And they just got $2 billion coming into the school. Cincinnati, you know what? All the offensive, players or whatnot. But again, we talk about a Power 4 school. Like again, like you could like shout out to Navy and Horvath. He showed improved, man. He got better tape than Doggy Opavia. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? He might not have to go serve down in the submarine, man. You know what I'm saying? He might get a chance at the UFL contract. I don't know. But like, nah, man, the Big 12 didn't show up. The bowl season, which however you feel about that being important versus, you know what I'm saying, they had some success there. But then your championship team, you know what I'm saying, a zero, zilch. That's unexcusable. So keep Notre Dame out your mouth, and I'm sure they'll probably take the Irish curse off of
you. Okay.
Fair enough. Love you, JB, man.
Right, man. I was wondering where he was going to go with it because he always got to. He's getting paid by him or something, but he's always got to get a little bit of that Irish blood in him. But anyways, game wise, we had final score Indiana 38, Bama 3, Mendoza and IU. And I don't want to keep hitting on it, but they could at will, at ease, if you would have told me if I would have been asleep for the last 5 years.
Uh-oh. Oh, you froze on us.
Brandon froze.
Yeah, he froze up.
I think I'm cutting out. If I would have been asleep for the last 5 years, guys, and waking up.
Oh. Is that New Year's Eve internet, man?
No, I did. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just frozen. Oh.
All right. I think we're better now.
Okay. Yeah.
You hear me?
Yep, you did.
Okay. But no, if I would have been asleep for the last 10 years and woke up and saw that game and just heard, seen just and color was gone and I could just see up and down the field, I would have thought Nick Saban was coaching Alabama, right? Just at the amount of ease that they were just getting where they want, the type of plays they're running, the defense. John, I told you in our pregame, I thought if Bama went zone, they were going to be in trouble. That Mendoza was going to pick them apart. And for a while, they went zone, and you saw the pick apart. I really surprised by IU's rush, how well they affected Alabama with that rush. I was really shocked on that.
I want to speak on that zone piece, right? So that's one of the reasons why I got kicked out of one of the groups. I said they played more zone in the last 3 weeks than they played in the last 3 years when Nick was there. And they played zone because you play zone when you're scared, right? You're concerned about things that are going on, maybe the quarterback play. Maybe you listen to a lot of the press clippings where you say Alabama doesn't cover the running quarterback very well. So that's why you go into a zone so you can keep your eyes on your quarterback. When you go to Alabama and Tuscaloosa and you're a cornerback, you're going to play man-to-man because that's going to prepare you for the league. Zone isn't preparing you for the league. And when I saw that, and I said, man, this is the third game in a row they start out in zone. And that's exactly what happened. And they talked about, it's a bend, not break. This isn't, Texas Southern.
I've heard that before.
This isn't Texas Southern. And that was a mistake that was made. And I think it was a panic move this year for going zone. But I was told I was crazy. I didn't know what I was talking about, other than the fact that Indiana kicked the snot out of them 38-3, and they picked apart their zone with Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner.
The refreshing thing that I didn't hear afterwards, man, was any type of noise about fire, DeBoer or any type of.
Oh, you must not be on the sites then.
Yeah, you ain't on the right sites, JB.
Yeah, you ain't on the right sites, bro.
If that's what they're saying, man, the lay of the land. If they did fire, I'm not saying even entertain it, but the lay of the land, you fired DeBoer this late in the season. Like, I'm not saying nobody would run to jump and coach Alabama, but the guy that really would run, he's already on an airplane flying from coast to coast in Lane Kiffin. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this. I'm sure there's somebody else, but like you wouldn't want that right after the playoffs fire the coach. Him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
you got to go on the sites, JB, because if you do, you'll see a little different.
Man, pump them brakes, man. Black Monday, you don't want none of them dudes that's about to get fired tomorrow. You know what I mean? So,
man, replacing the greatest college football coach in history, you're absolutely going to have a big drop off. It's a drop off, but guess what? In 2 years, he just missed the playoffs the first year, and he's in the playoffs this year, and he won a game. In the new age era of NIL and transfer portal, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that.
The only thing and I want you to hammer that home, but I still say this is college football, and like that, a lot of these things, these programs are built around what the coach kind of brings to the table. Regardless of like the money is there, you still got to have somebody to motivate, train, manipulate, right? Mentally manipulate, get them saying how to get these powered up on Saturday and going coast to coast, man. And like I said, he's a winner. He's a winner. What you want to?
Winner, man.
Everybody. So like, the Alabama, however you feel, they got on the skin of their teeth, but they took care of business through the course of the season, man. I know we can compare resumes with Notre Dame, Texas, whomever, and whine about it, but like those teams didn't get in. Alabama got in, kind of fell a little flat. Fell a little flat, but like the after part, that is kind of concerning for me because again, like Penn State was just tired of it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because they felt like he couldn't even get this close, right? So when you mess around with him, so like I don't want to keep on harping on it. Let's not forget about they won against Tennessee. Let's not forget about, you know what I'm saying, the big games that they did win. You know what I mean? So like when we talk about firing and culture blow up, it's going to talk about culture blow up. Like they'll get better players, man. Ohio State is outbid this year. You know what I'm saying? Texas Tech is outbid.
It's living in the past, man. And to put a bow on it, you know, now the transfer portal, right? So today, between yesterday and today, 11 players have hit the portal. 5 offensive linemen. We got people.
I don't understand that. D-Cot, click this for your group. Click this for your group. That means them dudes is dumb. Sorry, unless they're going on, you know, what's gonna get better? Alabama or the Pittsburgh Steelers? Alabama or the Colts? I'm being for real. For what you gonna be around?
Yeah, where are you gonna go to?
A lot of guys.
Now I know the running back from a couple years ago, past year, he transferred from Alabama to Michigan. But again, that's 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other. And technically, you look kind of silly because you probably should have stayed in down south.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But here's the thing, though, man. The good and the bad, the money, right? They got agents. They got these bootleg agents. You know, gas up.
Unless you getting drafted, you went to Alabama not to go transfer to no daggone. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else's school for real. Yeah. Whether it's Ole Miss, BYU, it could be another blue chip. I went to Alabama. There's the receiver,
quarterback, Simpson, going to the portal.
Yeah. Well, they talked about Tennessee, but that's just that was a false report. But here's the thing:
you got extra year
from an Alabama fan and many of the fans. It's time for him to go because Keelan Russell is not going to be there next year if Ty Simpson comes back. That is your starter and wait.
He should want to get his pro NFL career started. Ty Simpson. Yeah. We just seen Riley Leonard, you know what I'm saying, almost beat the Texas, you know what I'm saying, Texans, man. I think Ty Simpson can hang out with the you know what I'm saying. With the NFL
Keelan Russell is going to be the starting quarterback next year. He's a dynamic 5-star out. He was a Gatorade Player of the Year 2 years ago out of Texas. So they're going to be in good shape, man. But the beauty of leave it at this. It's such a balance now, man. The dynasty piece, we don't have to talk about that anymore. All this team gets all the calls. Money talks right now. And the money is in Texas and up north with that $2 billion they talk about in the Big 18.
Well, outside of Texas and Sarkany and Arch Manning, I love all the Texas teams. SMU, I love them. Texas Tech, I love them during the conference play. You know what I'm saying? Even Texas State, God bless them. I love them, man. But like for whatever reason, man, they cannibalize with each other with their schedules and whatnot, and they cannot get out. They don't necessarily show and prove. I'm all for 2026, obviously, and this year, all eyes is gonna be on Arch Manning, as far as you know what I'm saying, being the odds on favorite wins the Heisman. And
can I say Heisman?
But like, doesn't Texas kind of have all eyes on them to win the SEC all out next year as well?
I mean, I think Georgia
Randy's gonna say no because he's all in. He's all in.
What?
Well, Georgia's the initial favorite, but I would think Texas and LSU Listen, so much depends on today through the spring on who you bring.
I think Lane's gonna get 2 quarterbacks. He's entertaining them right now. He's entertaining Salisbury, Cincinnati,
and he's entertaining.
Well, if you got a good room. I'm gonna press this, man. Along with this evolution of college football, and then playing extra games or whatnot, and because again, they used to play 11 or 12, now they playing up to
16 potentially with Indiana.
You're gonna have to have a better quarterback room. Remember Nick when he had, you know, Tua and the homie. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of people, a lot of media controversies about, hey man, he plays better. Hey man, don't worry about. Did you come here to win? And you know what I'm saying? Your quarterback room got to be super tight. It's not just going to be one. For some people, it will be, but like I don't think Lane's going to necessarily go that way.
So you're talking, you were talking for the SEC next year. You know, you said Texas, and this is a perfect transition, gentlemen. I went to bed at halftime. I was shocked when I woke up and I saw that Ole Miss knocked off Georgia. So where does Ole Miss sit next year, possibly? With what talent I know Golding wise, you're not a big fan, D-Cot, and Power. Hey, applaud to them for going out and beating Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs in a rematch there, and now they're 1 win away from a national championship game where Lane left to go get a national championship, but he could also be just 1 game away from it if he would have stayed.
Can you imagine? Georgia was up 20-12, 21-12 going in the half, and they looked pretty good.
I thought it was a wrap.
Yeah, and they looked really good. The thing is, though, when you talk about talent that's so equally matched, man, and you got a dynamic quarterback who can get out on the edge, and they had nothing to lose. Think about what Ole Miss said. Listen, our coach is gone. He took most of it, half the staff with him. We got nothing to lose, and they played that way in the second half. And yes, I'm not a Pete Golding guy, right? He's better off as a defensive coordinator to stay away from the co-eds, and you'll be fine. But the thing is, they had something to prove, right? Mm-hmm. And they play blanks out. So nothing but credit for them, man, for sure.
Yeah, just a good team that knows that they are good. Look Georgia in the eye last time they played them and came up short on the sticks. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants that's why I'm kind of concerned about IU versus Oregon. Everybody always wants, you know what I'm saying, second chance at an opponent, especially when, you know what I'm saying, the score wasn't necessarily overly decisive. So, but like, nah, man, you got to tip your hats to Ole Miss in the program. I would expect a huge after their playoff run, even if they get to the national championship game, which I am openly rooting for them. You know what I mean? Because who wants to see Michael Irvin beat up more furniture or Gatorade? You know what I'm saying?
Man,
bottles or whatever.
I want Indiana in, right? But I'd like to see Indiana Miami. I think it's gonna be Indiana Ole Miss.
Oh well, whatever matchup is gonna be ultimately entertaining.
That's what I'm looking. Listen, fellas, we in our chat group. Remember, had 3. I know JB. We talked about the Senior Bowl, but I'm talking about 3 games, right? We got 3 games left, and none are on a Saturday. JB, the next Saturday game is in September.
If you're gonna be there or be watching it, Carly Ursay would definitely be watching the Senior Bowl and seeing what kind of quarterbacks that they can be able to get.
I was talking to my cousin. There's a chance
round,
maybe head down there.
But I'm not touching the Senior Bowl to the.
You want to roll with me, JB?
No, I watch it to the halftime, man. I ain't gonna lie, halftime, and then we got to turn something else on.
So we look ahead. We said Oregon, Indiana, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl this coming Friday night. IU right now -4, the favorite by 4. Rematch against Oregon. That was a hell of a heavyweight match, if you remember back earlier a couple of months ago. And then we've got Ole Miss and Miami. Miami 3.5-point favorites right now against Ole Miss there. I will say this is one of those where if you bet cautiously.
Yeah.
You don't go just kind of all in with your head or your heart or something. This is where you kind of bet with your head.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. And I said earlier on the show today, I said, if you're betting, the only people going to be betting heavy and crazy are the alumni, the people that are either alums of those schools or have some type of connection with those schools. Because, looking at how evenly matched some of these 2 matchups are, you want to be real careful. You could lose a lot thinking one way or the other from your heart, not from your heart, not your head.
And I'm actually taking the old man down. We're driving down to the Peach Bowl.
I love it.
My dad, my brother, my dad's a lifelong Hoosier fan, which is crazy with me being a Purdue fan. But I reached out the other day on Friday at work. I sent him a picture. I said, "Hey, tickets ain't that bad," and he goes, "Let's do it." And I was like, "All right,
for real?
Well,
for real?
Yeah, let me get my brother, see if he wants to go as well. We'll do a father-son thing." And reached out to my hotel connections down there in Atlanta. Got that all set. So we are leaving Thursday morning to drive down to ATL for
Atlanta. The game's Friday, right?
Game's Friday. Yeah.
That's a blessing, man. Nothing like, not to get sidetracked. Tornado and I went down to T-Town a couple of times. Nothing like, man, spending some time with your pops, man. spend some time watching football game, that type of engagement. I got pictures that I'll keep referencing to the day I die, man. That's huge, man. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. College wise, one last thing I had. It was announced today. TCU's QB Josh Hoover transferred to Indiana with Signetti. He'll obviously take over for Mendoza once he goes to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, hopefully next year.
Are they trading up?
Talk about Tilson exists.
Are they trading up?
Guys. Well, Sonny Dice can only take you so far, man, because you know what I'm saying, he'll have good quarterback play, but don't have, you know what I'm saying, running back, a tight end. What are we doing here with the quarterback, friend? You know what I mean? So, this kid comes over. It'll make something. We know Cursor there to make something out of it.
What about the young Mendoza, baby brother, who's 4 inches shorter, about 25 pounds lighter? Does he stay in school? Does he stay in Indiana and hang in there with the winner?
Ain't he like Blake Griffin brother? What's Blake Griffin brother name? What was his name?
Damn.
Barry Griffin or something like that. I know you're
Blake
talking about.
Blake Griffin brother was playing for Oklahoma too, man, but he didn't have the hops like Blake Griffin.
Not at all. He was older brother too. If you remember, he was older than Blake, right? If you remember, he was standing out really early.
They gave him a 10-day at Phoenix Suns, but man, he's not Blake Griffin. So I think I'm not saying that about Mendoza, but there might be some of that.
I say he stays. He stays. Why leave? You've been in the program. This is year 2. Next year will be year 3. Listen, you get some mop-up duty. The way Kurt's playing, hell, you're gonna probably be playing every last quarter or so next year, other than maybe Ohio State game and maybe Oregon. You're gonna be playing. You'll be playing and getting there, getting some pub, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
JB, I'm gonna throw the rod out there, and I'm gonna try to reel you in. See if you
Don't
take
do that.
the bite. Take the
I'm
bait.
in a peaceful mood.
Can we get a Big Ten 3 straight years national champ? We got 2 Big Ten teams in, one SEC and one ACC.
Big Ten getting greedy. DK, I didn't want to spoil alert. Big Ten getting greedy, man. The Big Ten wants a Texas football team, but DK.
Who they gonna get?
Go tell the Alabama. They'll let you back in once I give you this nugget, because they now the Big Ten is trying to turn into the Big 20 for real, and they're trying to go down south. They probably gonna get them Texas A&M. They probably
A&M wants it.
They probably
you think they're gonna get A&M?
Yeah.
DK, they've had a relationship. Yeah. So yeah, I don't even want to give you history where
I saw a report of it as well this week that A&M has interest in the Big Ten.
Could that be to try to parlay? You know how it goes, right? You look at the one girl, you say, "Oh, she's kind of cute," but you really want the other one. I'd have to believe it when I see it, based off of where they are and the hell they got when they came to the SEC about leaving the Big 12.
Don't say that, man. Yeah. Did you think Lincoln Riley? Did you ever think Lincoln Riley would be whining about his Big Ten and USC? You ever think he'd be whining?
We never thought that, right? We saw it though, and it was true. That'd be interesting to see. Listen, it's going to be balanced no matter what, right? I think the Big 18 is going to probably turn into Big 22. The SEC is going to probably have about that many teams, and they're going to just kind of engulf everything else that's in their way.
That makes things good. Does that make things spicy? They would have to go to divisions then and make a West division.
I mean, if you got 20 teams, you probably need to have 3 divisions.
Shit, you say you could have maybe 4.
But isn't this a win for us as fans though? I know people get PO, go, oh, my team can't do this, but this is a win for us, man. Because now SEC has 9 SEC games versus 8. The competition
it will suck.
It's playing better teams.
No, if an A&M does come over from a basketball and from a sports standpoint, yes, that does up level the Big Ten's cachet. But like as far as like saying those home and home games, like from a basketball standpoint, you'll still get those area rivalries. I think that what I'm saying, because you have so many games in basketball, but some of the whatever kind of they're gonna have to bring a partner. You would think.
Yeah,
they would have to bring a partner.
You bring somebody like USC and UCLA, right? Hey,
Well, I don't know who's I don't know deep down who's Texas A&M dancing partner. I don't know who's else kind of pissed about their Big 12, whatever. Like I don't foresee Big 10 going after Oklahoma State. You know what I'm saying? Even though they got some new paint, you know what I'm saying. But they do want, like I said, Texas A&M is probably 2027.
To break it down for the bowl season, you've got it just means more conference, which is the SEC. 4-9
means more
this
to
bowl
the fans.
season.
They were
favored in 7 of those 9 bowl games. They went 4-9, the worst of the Power 4 conferences. Big 10 9-4, ACC 8-4, Big 12 4-4, SEC 4-9.
I hear a lot of that, and people say, "Oh, you're a Bama fan, so you must be." I'm not an SEC fan. I'm a Bama fan. I don't give a damn about any school in the SEC other than Bama. And I've talked to a lot of Bama fans. They feel very similarly, right? People love to say, "Oh, the SEC," but here's my perspective of this. Don't be mad at me when I speak about the SEC. Be mad at the NFL because you're talking about almost 500 players from the SEC or the NFL. The next closest conference is Big 18, about 280. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at the NFL. And I look at it 2 different ways. I don't say that the SEC is the best conference. I say they've got the most talent, NFL talent. Mm-hmm. And the NFL bears that out. But people want to argue, no, you're saying they're the best conference. No, I'm saying the NFL has spoken. And they've got almost 500 players from the SEC. I'm just saying, I can't argue it because those are numbers. Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not a big fan of the conference piece of this team beat this team, that team beat that team.
Brandon Reef, what time is D-Day? Ravens Steelers. What time is that?
We got 26 minutes.
26 minutes, and we're off the air.
I just want to make sure that we give you proper time to get.
We already talked about it earlier before you got on.
Hey, can I tell you something? I don't have faith in this tonight. I have no faith in this. I've seen this Hollywood show before, and we got blasted last year by Lamar Jackson. I've seen this before. We got blasted for 300 yards rushing.
Have faith, man.
Derrick Henry.
He got no faith, man. He thinks Derrick Henry's gonna run for 226 yards. I told him
tonight, probably again.
He said 226. I told him
the only good news is the home game, so they can go home. The season's over. You don't have to worry about a flight.
He's gonna fumble. He's gonna fumble at least
88 yards, man.
But there is one
Lamar it puckers. He puckers just a little bit in the big moments,
one
man.
X factor, and that's old Graybeard, the gold gunslinger, going out one last time for a title.
Hey, okay, you said a title. Okay, I accept
that. T-shirt hat time for the old gunslinger.
What's the temperature like there in Pittsburgh?
Is it 33 tonight?
What's the temperature like in Pittsburgh?
Pissed off. This should have been a bye week.
No, the temperature, meaning
the temperature. What's the weather?
Oh, what's the weather like? Is it going to be
20s?
Aaron Rodgers used to be good in the cold.
Aaron Rodgers' world right there, man.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers used to be good in the cold.
Lamar Jackson doesn't like cold.
No, he tells you in a minute. He's out from Miami, man. I don't like this.
Let me ask you this:
they need to bring a big fan out there to the sideline.
Isn't there a song? There's some lyrics in a song. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And West 56th Street, they stay in the same.
He want to drop that DDT
back another year.
He want to drop that DDT so bad. He want to drop that DDT so bad. I don't know.
Come on, JB. You're up, JB. You're on deck. I want to hear from you, JB.
I just don't understand. Like I listen. I think Shane Steichen is the offensive coordinator. Respectfully, I think Ballard is a good general manager. It's just that like how he still uses Andrew Luck, and the fact that he doesn't he patched Band-Aid quarterback instead of like taking a fly. I mean, not a flyer, but like you took a flyer on a quarterback. So like I don't see how. I get it, but he is good at picking up talent. But the Colts have not gone to the playoffs or have not done anything significantly as far as the AFC South is considered. And this has been 10 years. It's like, how could you double down on that? That's basically I'm trying to tell you, I like Ballard. I like some of the players that he's brought in, but like they haven't necessarily been impact players. They haven't been impact players. So like, how could you bring that back? How could you bring that back? But the coach is gonna run that back.
All I'm saying is this, man. Every team in the league has injuries, and my boy, you'll know who I'm talking about. All right, they got injuries. You got to give him another year. This will be year 10. This is going into year 6 when they haven't made the playoffs. You got Carly, whatever her name is, with her doodle pad. She's locked in. She got her earphones in, and she ain't heard that garbage over the last 7 weeks. What's wrong? I'm telling you. And again, I'm not pining for the man to lose a job, but come on. What you say, Brandon? What do you doing the same thing and expecting a different result is called insanity.
Sound like
what do you expect the coach to do that they haven't done in the last 8 years since Andrew Luck has been gone? 7 years.
Yeah,
that's my only question. What do we see? What do we see different?
2-8 against the Houston Texans and the Jaguars. 2-8.
Dude, I just can't.
10 years. Or 10 games. 2-8.
Ballard must have pictures of somebody with a tennis ball in their mouth tied to a headboard.
Slow down.
I just don't see it.
The red guard is around the way.
It is.
I'll be interesting to hear her excuse, and then I cannot wait for the next week
Ballard
interview for Ballard. I mean, you remember the coward last year got sick, so he didn't have a press conference at the end of the year.
Yeah,
he was sick.
You call that man a coward?
Sick for 300 days.
Yeah. So we'll see. But hey, I do have to ask this. I know I went after the Colts, and that's fine, but I gotta go after this. DK, you may check on our guy, Isaiah. They may get 50 points put on them next week. The Chargers against the Patriots. Patriots might beat that ass by 50.
Dude, listen. You see how he
Justin
is.
Herbert wasn't out there.
I told him
Justin Herbert wasn't out there.
I told him they're one and done. They're one and done. He's got this fairy tale relationship with a guy who's done nothing in the NFL. That's fine.
So
I don't want to pile on him.
It's okay to pile on him.
I don't want to. Go Chargers! I give my honor. Go Chargers! Go! No, I don't want to pile on, man. No, man.
So we got Chargers at Patriots, Bills at the Jags. That's my upset special.
I was gonna say I like the Jags in that one, man. At home,
Texans
Bills defense. Hey, Bruce Smith is not walking through that door.
That man said Bruce Smith.
And then Texans are at the AFC North.
Yeah, they got the easy
I'll
one.
take that. I'll take Steelers over the Texans any day. I'll take Ravens over Texans any day. I know the Texans are the hottest team in the league, but piss runs down that leg sometimes when you get into these playoff games.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Defense don't have to travel in the first game. Well, it does actually. Defense will travel because they'll be at Pittsburgh or Baltimore.
Yep.
And
now,
the Bills got to get out of their way. Go ahead.
Yeah, this would be, and then you have the Broncos, who are the bye team. So they just clinched. My question for you, John, and I need you to. This is a little bit of prep for our regular show, but we we have a cross audience that listens to this show, listens to the Game Time Network, listens to our show, and all. But the scenario has opened itself up. The Chicago Bears have had a miraculous season, a great season. They're looking good. Caleb Williams, the coach. John, the Packers are coming to town in the wild card game. The big bullies coming back down to Chicago? I can see the Pack upsetting the Bears. This could ruin Bears fans.
The Bears fans should order a whole bunch of Ritz crackers. You know what I'm saying? Have a big party, get some grapes out. You know what I'm saying? Playoff party. When's the last time you've been to a good playoff party, man? I get it, man, Green Bay, but nah, man. Green Bay, nobody's scared of him. Jordan Love, nobody's scared of him. Is he playing? Right? I don't know. That was a big pause, being for real. I mean, even if he is playing, is he playing? Is he significant enough?
If Parsons was playing, I'd say it would be a little bit more, but obviously with his ACL. But they got Diggs.
Nah, this. I mean, I don't know who's. It's so wide open on both sides. It really is with Patrick with the Hall of Famer Patrick Mahomes out, and you know what I'm saying, Joe Burrow, that whole saga, them not making the playoffs, and you know what I'm saying, the hot coach, you know what I'm saying, Paul, however you feel about them locally. So I still think it's kind of wide open, man. If you twist my arm, I'm gonna say Philadelphia, just because I think they get their act together.
I think they get upset
and get
I
their
think the
ego out the way.
49ers beat them.
You want to believe in the 49ers in their try hard season, but I kind of think they've hit the, the wall here. 17 games in, and Brock Purdy only got you this far anyway. And some of those games Mac Jones won. Shout out to the Crimson Tide, right? But
Mac 10.
You said Mac 10, but
Mac 10, that's his name.
The Bills have kind of faltered, up and down last 3 weeks. It's kind of on them to win the AFC, but I have no faith in them, man. And Sunshine down in Jacksonville has kind of turned their season around after they kind of came out the gates with didn't they come out the gate 0-4? I thought Jacksonville did.
They got it handed to them. The Rams overseas.
Yeah.
The Rams beat them I think by 30 overseas.
Yep.
So it'll be a hot team for sure that gets into these playoffs.
I see a scenario where it could be 3 upsets in the NFC: Packers over the Bears, Niners over the Eagles, and the Rams over the Panthers. I mean, that's an upset. I'm sorry, because
I don't know the Rams over the Panthers is an upset, right? Because
by seeding it is.
Well, yeah, but they kind of
man,
Panthers are better. Yeah. Panthers are better than they were last year. I got that, but
listen, the 49ers wouldn't be either, because the 49ers have a better record than the Eagles, John. So
here's my challenge with the Eagles, right? I just don't know that they can score enough. And the reason why I say it is this: in the games, after week 7, when number 11 from Ole Miss, I won't ever say his name on the airwaves.
John's guy.
Continued to make like he was the victim when they were winning games. Says, I just want to help my team win. The next 2 games that he reception for over 100 yards and TD, they lost. You're not helping them win. Just shut your mouth and play receiver. There's a number 6 on the other side, and for the Eagles, a guy from that played down in Tuscaloosa. Act like him. Keep your mouth shut and ball out, right? So, but my problem is, it's going to be so much talk about getting the ball to number 11 from Ole Miss, where that's going to mess Philadelphia up and the quarterback, because he, yes, Jalen is stoic as he can be, but at some point, you're a human being. And I think that can be the thing that's going to hurt them, to Brandon's point. I think they're a better team, but I think between the ears, but between the ears, I don't know right now, especially over these last few weeks when they haven't scored many points. And I promise you, the question is going to come up. How do you get the ball to number 11? How about get a win? That's what you want. And I think that may be a problem for them.
They're going to get the wins, man.
You think I want them to win because I like them, right? And I love Jalen.
I like how they can they have the strongest unit, man. If Saquon is, if they they got the blocks up there for him, man, Saquon, and they got the good mix, man. They got the best team. They just got to get out, the ego just got to get out of each other's way.
Yeah, that receiver. That's the challenge, man.
I think 49ers can snake bite them right here and upset them in Philly.
They better hope for bad weather. Cold weather.
I know in this conversation we're overlooking the Seahawks, and that's because
that's just because they got to buy.
Yeah, but again, good team, good special teams, good defense on that team. B+ quarterback. He is what he is. He's B+. No, I'm not going to shade it. He had a better season this year, but he's still B+.
Hey,
he's still B+.
I apologize to Sam Darnold, man. On our show 2 weeks ago,
for what?
I said,
don't apologize.
Let me tell you why. I said, I just don't know that the quarterback is going to be able to manufacture wins these last 2 games playing against teams that are better. Not only did they beat them, they balled out, and the defense. Now, granted, the defense played lights out. I publicly apologize to Sam Darnold and his fans, all 12 of them, right?
No 13 points.
However, Seattle has been consistent all year long. They haven't had any dips like the Eagles, like Tampa Bay did with falling out of the playoffs. Rams had a couple dips. I mean, Seattle's been consistent, man, and you got to give credit where credit is due. Listen, they look good, man, but I still like on a head-to-head. I like they're on a neutral field. If it was a neutral field in the NFC, I would still like the Rams, though. I would like the Rams over Seattle.
Yep. Stafford, you say the Rams. Stafford minus 135. Current odds for MVP. Drake May plus 105. So it's the closest it's been right now.
They're gonna give it to Drake May. They're gonna give it to Drake May.
Man, is it like a history award though too, man? In this case, I think about Stafford. He had the back issues in the beginning of the season. He came from the doldrums, and he's come up and played ball. His team has played well. We didn't expect him to play really well, and we definitely didn't expect New England to play as well as they played as well either.
Yeah.
So who's the favorite though?
Let me look at you at this, because you and me are the betting crew here. I think right now is the best time that you're going to get value for your Super Bowl champion as we get ready for the Super Bowl, because the favorites right now, I just went and looked, the favorites are the Seahawks at plus 350. They are the favorites. Second favorite's the Rams at 425. And then you have the Broncos at 700, Eagles 950, Patriots 950, Bills plus 1100. I might throw something on the Bills at plus 1100.
I was just going to say that's worth a ring right there, because you the best quarterback is still is sitting in Buffalo.
Yeah. Jaguars plus 1500, Texans plus 1500, Ravens plus 2000, Bears plus 2200.
Yeah, you're right.
49ers 2500 if they got second worst Steelers plus 9,000. We're running.
Hey, listen, you've seen
1100 is perfect for the Bills. I love it.
You've seen these runs before. Team you didn't think. With the Ravens, the 2000 Ravens, right? And
five Steelers.
New York Giants.
They beat Green Bay, right? When they beat Green Bay,
Seahawks. They beat Seahawks in Super Bowl 40.
Okay,
they beat the 13-3. They beat the 13-3 Peyton. No, the 14-2 Peyton Manning Colts at the RCA Dome.
Yeah, that was the yeah. That's what your guy. He had to feel.
I can't let JB forget.
I blacked out. I blacked out. I don't remember those.
Nick Harper. Yeah. You got that was Ben, right? Didn't Ben shoestring him?
Yeah, that was John Sanders out there playing too, wasn't it? Sorry, Bob Sanders, not John.
He may have been hurt that game. He played one, missed one.
No, the bus was on the move, man. They could not stop the bus that day.
Yeah,
Jerome Bettis was
over under. How many times Friday you're going to see this on TV?
With the homie Dan Lanning, man, gonna be cranking it, man. This gonna be a chess match. That's like a chess match between those two dudes as far as like preparation, because I do respect both of those guys as mass preparators. That's not a word, but you know what I'm saying. They speak nothing but preparation. They speak nothing but what's on tape and like how they execute. So that's gonna be what I'm saying, the game within the game between Cignetti and Dan Lanning.
Last two, go ahead.
This was brought up earlier. Curt Cignetti, he's sometimes people want to give credit, sometimes they don't. There's talk about, well, he's got a lot of these veteran players, right? 4, 5-year, 6-year guys. And that's fair. But who at the beginning of the season spoke about that? No one spoke about that at the beginning of the season. And now, we lost JB.
Oh, he's there. He's just audio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So with that said, I think that, you may have some veteran players, but you still got to be able to coach those guys. And I think that Cignetti's going to have his game plan in play by Wednesday. And what he's going to let the chips fall where they may, because he's got the best quarterback in college football right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's my thinking.
Last two things I have, gentlemen, is obviously predictions for Thursday and Friday. Thursday's game, I'm actually, we'll just go off game, not spread. I like Miami, that defense to beat Ole Miss, maybe throw a couple wrinkles. A lot of people left them for dead, including us early, especially after that Texas A&M, no points, playoff game. But I'm going to take Miami on Thursday, and I'll take Indiana on Friday. Close one with Indiana. I would not be shocked if Oregon won, but I think it's just that type of magical run for Indiana that you see. So I'm going to take Indiana, Miami for the national championship. Cop, we'll go to you.
I like Ole Miss in their extravagant offense against Miami, right? They played against Ohio State with a pedestrian quarterback, with a straight line game plan. I think Ole Miss is going to throw the kitchen sink at them. I feel like that they have an opportunity to win a 10-point game against Miami, not a blowout, but have them by 10, because I think that Miami, while they've got a great first 11 on defense, let's see how they are on that hurry up. And I think that'll wear them out. I say Ole Miss 27-17 and Indiana over Oregon 27-14.
Okay. John?
You know I'm all in. That's why I got the red on, man. I'm all in on IU. Gonna be a closer game. Gonna be a tightly contested game, and IU's gonna have to play with the same kind of force they played against, versus Alabama. Use their rush game, and definitely keep their quarterback upright. Oregon can get after you defensively as well, man. So, I'm still going with the Hoosiers. On the other side, man, kind of going with a team possessed. They're not necessarily a team of destiny, but definitely a team possessed, man, and one to kind of show and prove. Not necessarily show up Lane Kiffin, but to kind of show that they belong on this stage, man. So I'm going with Ole Miss on the other side.
Okay.
So Ole Miss and Indiana. Well, Brandon, you got Miami. The contest will be great either way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Last thing I have before we go off the air for this Steeler game, gentlemen, if the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win this game, they have to at least score 10 points in the first quarter. Have to.
Just 10?
We haven't scored more than 7 or 3 all season in the first quarter.
Well, how are they going to do that tonight?
That's a great question. You don't have DK Metcalf. You're going to do the run game. You're going to have some of these
He's
wide
back,
receivers
right?
step up.
Oh, he's out. No, he's not.
No, he's still
2 games.
out.
That's right. It was 2 games. That's right. Yeah.
So you turn back the clock, Adam Thielen. Turn back the clock, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. You go after Freiermuth. I mean, you got Darnell Washington. It's out with a broken arm. That hurts the offense. That also hurts the blocking, which I thought it was crazy. Mike Tomlin said our game plan doesn't change. Well, it should, because Darnell was a big receiver and a huge blocker for that run game. So,
Coach B.
I think here's my thing, Mike Tomlin. If you're not aggressive tonight, we lose. You got to be aggressive. It can't be 4th and 2, 4th and 3, and you're going to settle for a punt and rely on a defense that's been Swiss cheese several times this year.
And Watt's not healthy. Watt's not. He'll play tonight. There's no way you go from partially collapsed lung 3 weeks ago to now you're 100%.
You got nothing left. So play for it all tonight.
Yeah.
Who's coming?
So
Freeman's coming, Brandon.
That's all.
To Pittsburgh.
If Tomlin gets fired or leaves, Freeman's coming.
He would leave on his own accord. Pittsburgh would not fire him.
Man. That dude's safe. Now the guy across the field tonight might be his last game.
John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I told you, John, who I'd take. I'd take the gentleman up at South Bend, who the Steelers were already doing their paperwork on.
Freeman.
Mr. Freeman.
Yeah.
And then also, I guess there's word that the Steelers are doing their due diligence on the defensive coordinator for the Rams, Chris Shula, if former Ball State coach, assistant coach.
That's not Mike's grandson, is it?
Grandson, yeah.
Great lineage.
Yep.
Man, I listen. When you say Shula, and I think I'm sorry. Good luck, man.
I know you like your boy Mike, right? Mike Shula. So, all right, gentlemen. Next time we talk will be next Sunday night. We will have our national championship selected. I'll give you the recap from down there in A-Town. I'll try to find Usher while I'm down there. Maybe Luda.
Go live for us.
Yeah, I will. So
go Dirty Bird. Go do the Dirty Bird.
Yeah, I'll do a little Dirty Bird. There we go, be a Jamal Anderson. We'll do it. So,
hey,
but no, guys, best of luck this week for your picks, for your games. Enjoy it. We'll see you guys again next week. Peacock Game Time Network. You guys are live tomorrow.
Yeah. Recap tomorrow. Yeah.
Check them out. Game Time Network on YouTube. Crossroads will be live on Wednesday night. We'll see you guys then. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.